We learned a little bit about the whale shark. The whale shark is the biggest fish in the sea, and that's how it got its name, a whale, because that's the biggest mammal. It's 50 feet long and weighs 15 tons. It has 3,000 tiny teeth. Being such a big animal, you'd think it would eat a lot, but it eats only plankton and tiny fish. Their teeth are like filter feeders. The fish and the plankton go in and the water comes out. It can filter 1,500 gallons of water every hour. So that's a ton. They are called the gentle giants because they never bother people. Only 25 types of sharks are really dangerous to people. So there were 368, remember? Out of those 368, 25 of them can be dangerous. 93% are harmless, only 7% are dangerous. So most sharks will never hurt people. The four most dangerous sharks are the great white, the tiger shark, the bull shark, and the oceanic white tip shark. There are only about 100 attacks on people every year, and that's worldwide, so not many people get attacked by sharks, and those that do get attacked are not usually fatal. That means they don't usually die from their injuries. About 2/3 of shark attacks happen in cloudy or muddy water. The sharks can't tell it's a person, they think it's their prey. One of the types of sharks that we're going to learn a lot about is the great white. It's the fiercest shark in the ocean. It has triangular teeth. It will hurt a human sometimes. We'll see a little bit about the great white in our next chapter. Let's continue. Chapter 5. The bus sub kept dropping downward. It felt like we would fall forever. Phew, that was a close call, Miss Frizzle said. Let's bump the bus back up to full size and explore more ocean life. Can we go home before we explore more ocean life? I asked hopefully. No way, Ralphie said. The ocean is awesome. Don't worry, Ralphie, Miss Frizzle told him. This field trip isn't over yet. Yay, Ralphie shouted. Ugh, I thought. I knew it. And I still hadn't found a report topic. We're on the way to the bottom of the ocean, the Frizz continued. Don't look so nervous, Arnold, Mr. Hill said to me. The ocean's not very deep here. The floor's only 300 feet down. Only, I thought. Hey, Liz, floor it, Carlos shouted. Hey, I think I can see the ocean floor, Keisha said. There was a small window in the front of our sub. On the floor of our sub, excuse me. I looked through it. Sure enough, I could see the sandy golden brown bottom beneath us. But all of a sudden, it started to move. Whoa! Ralphie shouted. Miss Frizzle, what's going on? Tim asked. That sand is moving around. Miss Frizzle put the engine in reverse just in time to stop us from landing on the shifting sand. Just then, something long, flat, and wide wiggled its way free of the sand and swam off. Mr. Hill chuckled. It wasn't the ocean floor that was moving, he exclaimed. It was an angel shark. Its flat body and sandy-colored skin allowed it to bury itself in the sand and blend right in. According to my research, DA said, when an animal blends in with its surroundings that way, you all know this, it's called camouflage. Very good, DA, Miss Frizzle said. Camouflage is exactly what it is called. It helps the animal to sneak up on its prey and to hide from its predators. That makes sense, Ralphie said, but this time that angel shark's camouflage almost got it crushed by the magic school sub. I'm going to do my report on an angel shark, Phoebe said. Angel shark by Phoebe. The angel shark has a flat body. It gets its name from its long, wide fins that look like wings. Angel sharks are bottom dwellers. That means they are at the bottom of the ocean in that part. They bury themselves in the sand or mud with only their eyes and part of their body showing. Angel sharks live in the Pacific Ocean. They are often caught by other sharks for food. Miss Frizzle, I asked, are you taking us home now? Not just yet, Arnold, the Frizz said. Not until everyone has a topic for their report. I'm also afraid that that sudden reverse that I did some damage to our magic school sub. Just great. Now we were trapped in the deep blue ocean and I still had to find a report topic. But Miss Frizzle wasted no time. She slid back a panel on the wall of the sub. There was a small closet behind the panel. Luckily, the sub's equipped with wetsuits and air tanks, Miss Frizzle said. We'll all put these on so we can go out and do some repairs. Miss Frizzle took the stuff out of the closet. There was even a tiny air tank for Liz. Everyone began getting dressed. The wetsuits have cables attached to them, said Miss Frizzle. As soon as you swim out the door, hook your cable to the side of the sub. Oh, I groaned. I knew I should have stayed home today. Don't worry, Arnold, Carlos said. This will be really cool. You can always stay home tomorrow. I hoped he was right. At this rate, I wasn't sure if we'd be home by tomorrow. But I let Carlos help me into my suit and tank, then I followed him out the door of the sub. Miss Frizzle and the others were already out there. I found my cable and attached it to the hook on the side of the sub. Outside the sub, it was quiet and very eerie. I saw crabs and lobsters scuttling around on the ocean floor. Mr. Hill pointed to some tiny bubbles coming up from the sand. There are clams under there, he said. All the animals you see down here can be the dinner for the bottom-dwelling sharks. The Frizz was busy checking out the sub's engine. There's something stuck in the motor. It's just a little jammed, she told us. I'm glad it's just jammed and not jellyfished, Phoebe said. Miss Frizzle and some of the kids worked to fix the motor. The rest of us looked around. That's when I got this haunting feeling. Before I knew it, a long, silent, scary form was swimming toward me. It looked like some kind of shark or the ghost of one. Its skin was a pale pinkish white. It had a long, pointy blade sticking out of its upper jaw. I was so nervous I couldn't move. Miss Frizzle, Wanda shouted. There's something weird heading toward Arnold. I could see everyone turn and look. The thing opened its mouth. My life flashed before my eyes. I was sure this was the end. Then the shark attacked my cable with its pointy teeth. I wanted to scream, but I was too scared. Then suddenly, it just swam away. I couldn't believe how lucky I was. I looked around and realized I wasn't all that lucky. The shark had bitten right through my cable. I wasn't attached to the sub anymore, and I was starting to drift far away. Help me, you guys, I shouted. I started to float upward, and I couldn't stop. Then I felt a tug on what was left of my cable. Don't worry, Arnold, D.A. called. We've got you. Here's a picture. D.A. and Tim reeled me in like a fish. Oh, what a relief. Thanks, guys, I said. What was that thing? Ralphie asked. Mr. Hill looked very excited. That was a goblin shark. We were very lucky to see one. Goblin sharks aren't often found in waters this shallow. Some luck, I groaned. Goblin sharks are rarely seen by people, Mr. Hill went on. For one thing, they usually hang out much deeper in the ocean. You know what, Arnold? Tim said. The goblin shark might make a good topic for your report. You've got a lot closer look at one than most people ever will. No way, I answered. I already know way more about goblin sharks than I ever wanted to learn. Great, Tim said. Then I'll do my report on it. Spooky Shark by Tim. The pinkish gray goblin shark is as pale as a ghost. It has tiny eyes and a long, flat, pointy snout. Some people say it's the world's ugliest shark. Goblin sharks are as mysterious as ghosts, too. Most of them live way at the bottom of the ocean. They can live in the Atlantic, where we live, the Pacific, and the Indian Oceans. Goblin sharks are hardly ever seen by humans. Even shark experts don't know much about them. The goblin shark eats shrimp, squid, and various fish, including other sharks. Here's a picture of him. He is kind of ugly, isn't he? That was fine by me, but I was a little worried about my report. What was I going to write about? It seems like we've been underwater forever and I still haven't picked a topic. Arnold, I'm glad you're back safe, said the Frizz. I'm also glad to announce that Phoebe and Carlos helped me fix the motor. The magic school bus is ready to roll. To the sub! Tomorrow we'll continue with the story and see what else the kids see. Chapter 6. Bye for today.